The world can feel heavy. We face conflicts, anxieties, and uncertainties. It's easy to feel lost in the chaos. But what if there was a path to peace, a way to find calm amidst the storm? Born in Vietnam in 1926, Thich Nhat Hanh's life was intertwined with his country's struggles. He witnessed firsthand the devastation of war. Yet, he never lost sight of humanity's inherent goodness. At the heart of Thich Nhat Hanh's teachings lay mindfulness. This ancient practice, often misunderstood, became accessible through his simple yet profound words. He taught that mindfulness isn't about emptying the mind, but rather about paying attention, without judgment, to the present moment. In the heart of Vietnam, nestled amidst the picturesque landscapes of Hue, a young boy named Nguyen Xuan Bao took his first breath. Born on October 11, 1926, he entered a world rich with tradition and spiritual heritage. His family, though not wealthy, instilled in him the values of kindness, respect, and a deep connection to their Buddhist roots. As Nguyen Xuan Bao blossomed into adolescence, his spiritual yearning intensified. The teachings of the Buddha, which he had absorbed throughout his childhood, resonated deeply within him. He found himself drawn to the simplicity and discipline of monastic life, seeing it as a path to cultivate inner peace and extend compassion to the world. Even as Nguyen Xuan Bao dedicated himself to the path of peace, the outside world was on the brink of turmoil. The seeds of conflict were being sown in Vietnam, threatening to engulf the nation in war. The young monk witnessed firsthand the growing unrest and the escalating tensions, his heart heavy with the knowledge that suffering awaited his people. Thich Nhat Hanh's early years in the monastery were profoundly shaped by influential teachers and mentors who recognized his sharp intellect and compassionate heart. One such figure was the Venerable Master Than Ki Chon, a renowned scholar and meditation master known for his deep understanding of Buddhist teachings. A new path, blending Dharma and action. As the Vietnam War escalated, Thich Nhat Hanh felt an urgent call to action. He knew that the traditional monastic path, focused primarily on personal enlightenment, was not enough. The suffering of his people demanded a different approach, one that blended spiritual practice with active engagement in the world. The heart of Engaged Buddhism. Compassion in action. At the core of Engaged Buddhism lies compassion, the deep empathy and concern for the suffering of oneself and others. Thich Nhat Hanh taught that compassion is not a passive sentiment, but an active force that propels us to alleviate suffering and create a more just and equitable world. Addressing social ills, from war to injustice. Engaged Buddhism doesn't shy away from addressing the pressing social and political issues of our time. Thich Nhat Hanh believed that true peace required not only inner transformation but also concrete action to create a more just and equitable world. A global movement spreading seeds of engaged mindfulness. Thich Nhat Hanh's vision of engaged Buddhism has resonated far beyond the borders of Vietnam, inspiring a global movement of individuals and communities committed to integrating mindfulness and compassion into social action. A voice against violence, speaking truth to power. As the Vietnam War raged on, Thich Nhat Hanh refused to remain silent. He knew that true peace required more than just personal meditation. It demanded a fearless stand against violence and injustice. He became a vocal advocate for peace, speaking out against the war and calling for a peaceful resolution to the conflict. Thich Nhat Hanh's journey was not an easy one. Born in Vietnam, he witnessed firsthand the devastating effects of war on his homeland. The suffering of his people moved him deeply, and he felt a profound responsibility to act. He believed that silence in the face of injustice was a form of complicity. Thus, he chose to use his voice as a powerful tool for change. Thich Nhat Hanh's teachings emphasized the importance of mindfulness and compassion, not just as personal practices, but as foundations for social change. He organized peace marches, wrote letters to world leaders, and spoke at international forums, always advocating for nonviolence and reconciliation. His message was clear. True peace could only be achieved through understanding and love, not through force and aggression. Despite facing immense opposition and even threats to his life, Thich Nhat Hanh remained steadfast in his commitment to peace. His courage inspired many others to join the cause, creating a global movement for peace and justice. His efforts were not just about ending the Vietnam War. They were about fostering a culture of peace that transcended borders and conflicts. Thich Nhat Hanh's legacy continues to inspire us today. His life reminds us that speaking truth to power is not just a moral duty, but a necessary step towards creating a more just and peaceful world. His unwavering dedication to peace serves as a beacon of hope for all who strive for a better future. Walking the path of peace, reconciliation, and dialogue. For Thich Nhat Hanh, peace was not merely the absence of war, it was the presence of understanding, compassion, and reconciliation. He believed that true peace required healing the wounds of the past and building bridges of communication between former enemies. A Nobel nomination, recognition from a fellow peacemaker. Thich Nhat Hanh's tireless efforts to promote peace did not go unnoticed. In 1967, he was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a fellow advocate for nonviolence and social justice. Seeds of Peace. Inspiring generations to act. Though Thich Nhat Hanh passed away in 2022, his legacy as a peacemaker continues to inspire millions around the world. His teachings on mindfulness, compassion, and engaged Buddhism have provided a roadmap for countless individuals and communities seeking to create a more peaceful and just world. The breath as an anchor. Finding stillness in the storm. In a world filled with distractions and demands, finding peace can feel like an impossible task. Our minds race with worries, regrets, and anxieties, pulling us in countless directions. Thich Nhat Hanh, however, offered a simple yet profound tool for finding stillness amidst the chaos: the breath. Living in the present moment. Embracing the now. One of the most profound teachings of Thich Nhat Hanh was the importance of living in the present moment. He reminded us that the past is gone, the future is uncertain, and the only moment we truly have is now. Cultivating compassion. Transforming suffering into love, Thich Nhat Hanh believed that compassion is at the heart of true peace. He taught that compassion is not merely a feeling, but an active practice, a way of being in the world that transforms suffering into love. Interbeing. Recognizing our interconnectedness. Central to Thich Nhat Hanh's teachings was the concept of interbeing, the understanding that we are all interconnected, part of a vast web of life. He used the image of a flower to illustrate this concept. Finding refuge. A place of peace and practice. Exiled from his homeland, Thich Nhat Hanh sought refuge not in bitterness or despair, but in creating a sanctuary of peace and mindfulness. In 1982, his vision took root in the rolling hills of southwestern France, where he founded Plum Village Monastery. The heart of Plum Village, community and mindfulness. At the heart of Plum Village lay the importance of community, the Sangha, as an essential support for the practice of mindfulness. Thich Nhat Hanh believed that true transformation occurred not in isolation, but through living and practicing together. A global Sangha, extending the circle of compassion. The impact of Plum Village extended far beyond its physical boundaries. Thich Nhat Hanh's teachings touched the hearts of millions worldwide, inspiring the creation of mindfulness practice centers and communities in numerous countries. cultivating peace, a legacy that lives on. Thich Nhat Hanh may have left his physical form, but his legacy continues to blossom through the countless lives he touched. Plum Village remains a vibrant center for mindfulness practice, welcoming thousands of visitors each year seeking to connect with his teachings. The enduring ripple of a gentle heart. In the quiet moments of our lives, we often find the most profound truths. The gentle sound of a singing bowl, the soft rustle of leaves in a tranquil garden, or the serene ripples on a pond can remind us of the enduring impact of a gentle heart. Thich Nhat Hanh, affectionately known as Thay by his students, which means teacher in Vietnamese, lived a life that mirrored the stillness he sought in meditation. His smile, a beacon of calm, his posture, a testament to inner peace, and his teachings, a guide for countless souls seeking tranquility in a chaotic world. His presence was a quiet force, a gentle reminder of the peace that resides within each of us, waiting to be nurtured. Walking through gardens, he embodied the serenity he preached, each step a meditation, each breath a prayer. In the stillness of a forest or the reflection of a calm lake, we find echoes of his teachings. Even amidst the turmoil of war and the complexities of modern life, they never wavered in his belief that peace is possible. He stood as a pillar of hope during the Vietnam War, advocating for nonviolence and compassion. His voice, calm yet powerful, resonated through the chaos, reminding us that peace is not just a distant dream, but a tangible reality we can create. Peace is not just an abstract ideal, but a lived experience cultivated moment by moment. In the simple act of washing dishes, in the mindful preparation of a meal, or in the shared silence between friends, we find the seeds of peace. They taught us that mindfulness in daily activities is the key to unlocking this peace. By being present in each moment, we can transform the mundane into the sacred, the ordinary into the extraordinary. Thich Nhat Hanh's practice of walking meditation is a beautiful example of this transformation. With each step, we are invited to connect with the earth, to feel the ground beneath our feet, and to be fully present. This simple practice can bring profound peace and clarity, reminding us that every journey begins with a single step. Thay's legacy lives on in the communities he built, where people come together to practice mindfulness, share stories, and support each other on their journeys. These gatherings are a testament to the enduring ripple of his gentle heart, spreading peace and compassion far and wide. Through his books, teachings, and the communities he inspired, Thich Nhat Hanh's influence continues to grow. His words, like seeds, have taken root in the hearts of many, blossoming into a global movement of mindfulness and peace. As we read his words, practice his teachings, and come together in mindfulness, we honor his legacy and continue the work he began. The enduring ripple of a gentle heart is felt in the quiet moments of our lives, in the stillness of meditation, and in the shared experiences of community. Thich Nhat Hanh's life and teachings remind us that peace is always within reach, waiting to be nurtured and shared. As we carry forward his legacy, let us remember that each of us has the power to create ripples of peace and compassion in the world. Breathing peace into a world that needs it. More than ever, our world yearns for the peace that Thich Nhat Hanh so tirelessly cultivated and shared. We face a multitude of challenges: climate change, social injustice, political polarization that threaten to divide and overwhelm us. It's easy to feel despair, to succumb to the belief that peace is an impossible dream in the face of such immense suffering. Yet, in these moments of darkness, we must remember the teachings of Thich Nhat Hanh, who showed us that peace begins within each of us. By practicing mindfulness and compassion, we can create ripples of peace that extend far beyond our immediate surroundings. Imagine a world where each person takes a moment to breathe deeply, to connect with their inner calm, and to act with kindness towards others. This vision may seem idealistic, but it is within our reach if we commit to the practice of mindful living. In the park, we see people of all ages and backgrounds walking together, sharing smiles and laughter. This simple act of community, of coming together in a shared space, is a powerful testament to the potential for peace in our world. It reminds us that despite our differences, we are all connected by our shared humanity. As we navigate the complexities of modern life, let us draw inspiration from Thich Nhat Hanh's legacy. Let us strive to be present in each moment, to listen deeply to one another, and to respond with empathy and understanding. By doing so, we can transform our world one mindful breath at a time. So the next time you feel overwhelmed by the challenges we face, take a moment to breathe. Remember that peace is not an abstract concept, but a tangible reality that we can cultivate within ourselves and share with others. Together, we can breathe peace into a world that so desperately needs it. Thay's Gift. A path we walk together. Thich Nhat Hanh's greatest gift to the world was not just his teachings, but the example of his life. He showed us that peace is not a destination, but a journey, a practice that requires patience, perseverance, and a willingness to meet each moment with openness and acceptance.